Hey everybody, and welcome to Joi Has Questions. Let's get right into it. I have so much to discuss. Lies and lace fronts. I just giggled at Kirk Frost and the fact that he is further and further going down this rabbit hole of BS. God forgive me, and this isn't me trying to talk bad about the LGBTQ community. I love y'all, and I'm never ever going to try and disrespect them. But every time I look at Kirk, I'm like, are we sure? Like, we're positive that he has children, like, not through artificial insemination. Like, he's getting the mustering the courage to ejaculate into somebody. Just and who are the women that are going like, yes, I choose you? I don't know. I'm gonna need some receipt. Well, I don't need the receipts like him trying to prove it to me. God no. Ugh, he looks like a foot. But I just need some receipts or someone to explain to me like we're sure he's straight because I don't know. I've seen a lot of gay porn and it confuses me at times. But other than that, just moving right along. I read an article last week, Friday to be exact, that like when I tell you from the depths of like Amistad, like right here in the middle passage, I laughed my ass off. There was an article that was done, I believe, if not the New York Times, like I know MSNBC was covering it right after, they're really rolling out this Obamacare or the Affordable Health Care Act repeal and showing like how Trump care or what they're trying to implement the Republican Party actually does not benefit poor people, old people, and sick people. It benefits young people, employed people, and the middle class. Like, if your health care is not doing the one thing it is supposed to do, which is help people who are sick, that's like saying, yo, we're a Foot Locker and we don't sell Nikes. What? Why are you here? Like, what do you think I want? Skechers? Like, I came here for real ass gym shoes. So, in looking at this situation, I was like, okay, so clearly we all have just been like Shazammed and like bamboozled. This clearly is a joke. Now, this is why I was cracking up laughing because we told y'all this. I said this months ago. Like, when I say months, I mean it was summertime in Chicago. And I was looking at the fact of how Trump was really probably about to be the Republican nominee. And I'm just like, I really need white people to understand, or not even just white people, black people, because I know some black people that voted for him. Sure do. And I'm telling on everybody. But I'm like, I need people to understand Trump was never, ever, ever here for the people that he was, preaching to, or that he was spewing out this hatred at his rallies. He was talking to people that he would never, ever have anything in common with, outside of skin color. Baby, you more of a nigger than he is, like we are. I'm like, and but this white lash that occurred literally proves, like, white people will cut off their nose. Like, you literally will injure yourselves. You will make yourself sick if you think that anybody else is maybe taking away the one thing that you have that separates you from the poverty line, from the unemployment accessibility, from healthcare, from everything, just to prove that I still am not a black person or a person of color. And you did all of that. Now Alaska is coming through saying how they're going to have high numbers of people, their citizens, who can't get health care now. Who else? I believe Nebraska, also another state that went red, is screaming and crying the same thing. Kentucky was the first state after the election to say like, whoa, we're having like healthcare issues already. And I'm sitting there going like, but y'all went red though. Like, you chose to kill you. You chose to do this. And you want me to feel bad for you? I just find it so interesting that I have seen now expose pieces or true white guilt and people just going like, oh, forgive me because I voted. You will never get my forgiveness for that bullshit. Like, look me in my beautiful browns, okay? And this little sloppy ass side ponytail that will not stay up for the life of me. You will never get my forgiveness for this bullshit because you did something out of your own fear and ignorance when it wasn't like you were ignorant because you did not have the opportunity. No, I take that back because ignorance is a lack of knowledge. Stupidity is having opportunity to educate yourself but still making the active decision not to. You had, that's my cousin's arm. You had every opportunity and chance to read, to listen. We were waving hands, going, hey, anybody, Anybody at all, do you want to listen to the fact that Trump is going to make this country horrible for people who are not rich? And everybody just wanted to sit there and be like, no, you all are just lying and saying this to us, and fuck Obama, and he a coon, and he a monkey, and his wife look like Planet of the Apes, and all this other disrespectful shit. And now look at you, sitting here trying to figure out how you gonna scrub together the Coinstar pennies so you can throw and try and get a couple of dollars because your type 1 diabetes medication is now about to quadruple in price. Or the fact of, like, if you have a predisposed condition other than diabetes, anything that's predisposed is not covered by this new healthcare plan. Anything that, incurs after it, prenatal care, they're trying to take that away. Pharmaceutical companies now can literally piece by piece charge. You need a Band-Aid, $50. Like, are you serious? And this is what you did. So I don't want to hear this white guilt or black guilt or Mexican guilt or whatever color guilt it is in terms of why I voted for Trump, and please forgive me. Girl, you better be happy or hope that you ain't catching these hands when the revolution happens. Because I'm like, I have made my list, I have checked it twice, and all you clowns are catching the first set of a knuckle sandwich. Because it's ridiculous. I think that's something that just really, even looking at my page, yes, I do social commentary. I'm a satirical, commentator. But at the end of the day, anything that I do is based on research and just common sense. Like, I don't understand, like, if we collectively, even if you listen to me, verify what the fuck I'm saying. You don't know me. Like, thank you so much for following me, but you don't know if I have your best interest in heart. You don't know if I've done my due diligence, if I've done my Googles. I could be out here just spouting anything because I want the subscriptions or to potentially, become a brand. You don't know, like, what somebody's true feelings are or if they are legit. You always have to double check. Trust nobody in media at all. That's the first thing I learned in class. Question everything. That is your one role as a journalist. And as a private citizen of this country, we have to question everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to get right back to keying to the social media bullshit and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Trump and all the white people now that are sad and crying and talking about, oh, racist grandma Flora is possibly going to die, let her die. I'm dead ass serious. I have no time for racists. I have no time for people that took their raggedy asses and wanted to go down, to whatever Cook County courthouse they went to and just wanted to sit here and put their vote so they could be spiteful and hateful. And now look, you are paying for your hatred. We all are paying for it, but you especially are going to be paying for it first. So I'm going to laugh to keep from crying. I'm going to still be mobilizing with my friends. There's a lot of good community work that I've been doing with a lot of my friends right now. But in terms of your white tears, your white tears are quite refreshing. Thank you. I needed the hydration. Not validation, hydration for your bullshit. I'm not here for it. Moving right along, this is just something that I really wanted to briefly touch on and cover. I was watching Love and Hip Hop, and it was something that I actually saw in the preview for next week's episode when Mimi was talking about this whole Kirk Frost situation. I don't know how they're going to try and spin this, but one thing that I saw was super interesting was how she tried to call him a scammer, and he basically told her girl, all I gotta do is go to Pornhub.com and look up Mimi and you were the first thing that's gonna pop up. And I kind of felt conflicted. I am a womanist. We all know this. I'm typically the one that is just going I don't care what you do, how you do it. I don't care who you've been with, slept with, man, woman, dildo, whatever. It's not my life. It's not my responsibility. But one thing that I have always hated, I hate when men try and use a woman's sexuality as something to, disrespect her, make her seem less than. But am I the only one that just fights my principles when it comes to Mimi just because I don't like her? For years, you were an idiot. A bona fide idiot. And then what made it even worse, the first couple of years of Love and Hip Hop, you made it seem like Jocelyn was just this horrible girl to came into your life and stole your man, and you just didn't know where this happening came from. And then lo and behold, come to find out, you knew exactly who the hell Jocelyn was, and y'all had like some little freaky deaky night with Stevie, and you was down for it. Jocelyn was able to insert herself because of y'all little bedroom, shenanigans. And that's fine. If you want to, have an open relationship, do whatever you and your mate are comfortable with. But always recognize, once you open that door, you have opened that door. And clearly Jocelyn did something that you didn't do better. So it's like, shit, okay, you got hair from her and she got your man. So I don't know what to tell you. But one thing I just noticed when I look at Mimi is I'm like, she always still is trying to make herself seem better than. Like, we all fall short of the glory of God, and that's why I feel like it is just something that you need to chill when it comes to like throwing stones if you live in a glass condo. Like, not a house, but like a condo with your new, Value City furniture set or art van. I feel like all Atlanta has art. Art van is like in Detroit, Atlanta. I see that a lot. But that's something that just blows my mind. I'm like, you sitting there talking to this man, calling him trash and a scam artist, and I don't know this man from a ham sandwich. He may be all those things. But I'm like, whatever he was, did you not say he was your ex-boyfriend? So, and also now looking at you, Mimi, now you got a history of being with these same type of dudes. So at the end of the day, how much shit can you really talk about this gentleman? When I'm like, but you make the choice to continue to be with the same type of crazy ass Negro. Like, you done been with Scumball, Scambos, Scat Cat, whatever the hell this nigga's name is. You were with Sleazy. The man calls himself Sleazy. Like, what? You were with Stevie J, aka Sleazy. You were with, versatile top Nico for how many years? Like, girl, you've been lying in a bunch of bullshit when it comes to your dating patterns. So really, you can't blame a man for acting how he is when you have made a history of making the same horrible decisions. It's not me trying to judge her, even though, and I do have to fight it just because I'm like, she fundamentally annoys me. Every time I see her, I want to give her like a lozenge or like some ginger root tea, or, be like, girl, go to a speech pathologist. Like, get that taken care of. Are you not enunciating correctly? Like, what is it? But in looking at that, I literally just was like, here we go again with the bullshit. Here we go. Her talking shit, trying to make herself look better than everybody. I have businesses, and you still made a sex tape. And what is even funnier, you made a sex tape. Jocelyn ain't make not one. I mean, she do got a lot of, like, videos that we've all seen of her in the strip club. But that ain't a sex tape, per se. Like, she ain't signed on nobody dotted line talking about my nipples will be exposed on this date and time for this many hours. So, in terms of infamy, you really are kind of up there with her. And also, everything that Jocelyn did, she just now had a baby. She might have been pregnant, but she is just now becoming a mother. Whereas, you had a daughter, so I don't know, girl. Have fun explaining that to, your baby when she turns 7. Because kids are getting cruel at a very young age. They are not waiting until high school or even middle school anymore. You be in 5th grade and somebody be like, that's why your daddy in jail for life and your mama a hoe. Like, kids are vicious. Does not make it okay. That being said, that's all I wanted to wrap it up with. Just being woke and witty. So, woke component. Fuck everybody who voted for Trump. You're getting exactly what you deserve. And for everyone like myself who now has to pick up the slack and try and keep this country from exploding for the next, 3 years, we'll just do what we have to do. But don't think for a second I'm taking your little raggedy ass apology, because we tried to tell you what the fuck was going to happen. In terms of lies and lace fronts, Atlanta, let's just try and keep the judgment down, everybody, because at the end of the day, y'all all signed on to be on this wild, ridiculous, scripted, trashy ass show that everyone likes to watch. Because let's keep it real, nobody watches this show or any of the shows that come on VH1, with the exception of Hit the Floor, and that's because I just love that show. But no one watches that so we can get, like, gems for how to live our life. We watch the show because it is on a national scale, allows us to see how people are dumber than us, and so we can feel better about ourselves. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I watch it because I like to see trashy people do things that I would not dare do because of the way I was raised. But it's entertaining to see somebody else just losing their shit. I'm like, girl, who raised you? What type of decision? Ain't you 45? What? That's why we watch it. Let's just call a spade a spade. Okay? So, at the end of the day, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. This little floppy bun. Sorry, I did a deep conditioning treatment. And I've been working out. Woo! I'm getting muscles. So that's why I'm kind of out here looking a mess. But I'll be cuter later on in the week. Thank you so much for subscribing and loving me, and I will see you guys later. Bye.